What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today, reactions to the classics. It's time for another full album reaction to Alex G. And once again, I want to shout out our longtime patron friend and Alex G super fan of the channel, Shane, for suggesting this one to do today. Previously, I did a full album reaction to Rules, which had a lot of great tracks on it. Quite enjoyed that. And then my dad and I, Sean, did a full review track by track of a Trick, which is another really strong record from Alex G here. So I'm looking forward to diving into today's offering, DSU, which Shane notes is his favorite album of Alex G. So I'm looking forward to that. And Shane also noted he thinks the electric guitar is so strong in this record, which is the best part of Alex G's music in general. So high praise from Shane here, and I know it's got a lot of high praise from a bunch of publications and stuff. So and without further ado, man, let's just get into these quick facts. It is his fifth studio record, released in June of 2014, and the title of the album is an acronym of Dream State University, derived from a comment that Alex G's older sister Rachel had made. A little comment here from Alex G himself. He noted, "I was asking my sister what I should name the album, and she gave me a bunch of names. One of them was Dream State because I gave her all these songs to listen to, and she said that they had a dreamy vibe. I thought that was too cheesy, but I was joking around with the name Dream State University as a play on the whole state university thing that we have in America. And then we were both like, oh, that's pretty funny. Why don't we do that?" And then I kind of bailed out at the last minute. I just thought it was a lame name, but I couldn't change it at that point. My sister had already written DSU on the album cover, and she was about to put Dream State University at the bottom. But I was like, no, I hate that name. Don't do it. So in the end, we just stuck with DSU, and it all worked out. And his sister actually did the artwork on the cover. Cool, keep it in the family right there. Everybody from The Guardian to NME, Pitchfork, and Mojo all have this around an 8 out of 10, so some good critical acclaim here. And all these songs, as usual with Alex G, are written by him. So that's going to be fun to dive into here. If this is your first time at the channel, man, welcome. Hopefully the music will be able to be kept in here. It's sometimes hit or miss based on the copyright, but if this the music has to get taken out, there will be a link in the description to Vimeo where you can check out the full reaction uncut. And I want to shout out the patrons like Shane, who help us pay for that server space, man. So get that out to y'all free of charge. But all that to say, I'm gonna have the lyrics pulled up, and let's get this thing rocking, y'all. We're starting with After You're Gone, and there's not a lot of research on these songs themselves, but Shane had some comments to add to some of these tracks, and one of them is here. He said, "One of my all-time favorites," and Alex G opened with this song, "Last Time I Saw Him." So we're gonna get this queued up. A pretty, as is the norm with Alex G, we're including the bonus tracks in here as well, so that brings our total to 15 songs in about 37.5 minutes. So looking forward to this one. Thanks again to Shane, and let's get our Alex G on. Getting some weird electronic type sound effects to start us off. Gotta tune in to the right frequency. Yet again, those whispery Alex G vocals, man, complementing well with this guitar lead we got here, man. Already getting the sad vibes going. All right, strong way to start this record off with After You're Gone, already getting that signature Alex G sound going with his, soft, whispery like vocals, supplemented, of course, with the guitar work, which is the highlight of this track, man, and already getting some of the sad vibes going here, just with the melancholic vocal delivery that Alex G had here, just repeating the verses. After you're gone, how can we tell them you're gone? How can we show them you're gone? So obviously somebody here lost, whether that's a death or a friendship shattered, relationship shattered. I think that's open to interpretation. I'm reading it more as a death of somebody close to you, I think. Alex, you just kind of wrestling with that and just the grief that comes with that, man. I think that this was a strong opener here. Love the guitar work, and not too much more to add. Pretty in your face, easy to understand tune right there. So next we're going to go now, ladies and gentlemen, to one of the longer tracks on here at just under 4 minutes. Serpent is Lord. Don't have anything on this, man, so let's get it. Switching things up with the acoustic guitar, obviously coming in here, getting a different, setting a different tone. Really digging that riff, man. Really enjoying the soundscape on this one, man. The way it strips everything back before introducing it to what we're at here, man, with this incessant riff, man. All right, Serpent is Lord, bringing it, man. Quite enjoyed the instrumentation on this one, man. You had that steady drum beat, and you had started off with the acoustic guitar, more stripped back for the first 30 seconds before introducing that riff, man. That was just so catchy to me. Blended well. Then halfway through the song, we kind of stripped the electric back before adding it back, and then and even ended with some feedback there at the end. So yet again, I think that I'm going to be harping on that a lot through this record, how strong and just enjoyable to these ears that the guitar work is. And lyrically, a bit ambiguous that you get with Alex G sometimes. I mean, coming from the title, Serpent is Lord, that obviously conjures up some biblical kind of allusions in there, and especially whenever he noted, don't take my side, open sideways, spill mine, that just immediately conjured up the crucifixion of Christ, where they stabbed him in the side, and the water and blood was coming out, and then we kind of continue that in an imagery with blood, the body, fortune in me, blood, the body, spill mine. So I would love to hear some of your interpretations on that. I immediately just kind of went with what the title was, and just some of the lyrics are conjuring up some of those allusions in the Bible to me, man. But all that to say, really enjoyable tune right here, man. We're 2 for 2 so far for me, and we're gonna move up now to Harvey, which is another one of Shane's favorites here. He also noted that the lead singer of Ariel Pink covered this. Shane says, I can't figure out who Harvey is. A dog, a son, a gay lover. With Alex G, you never know. I love how he will switch perspectives even in the middle of a song. This one going to be short, sweet, and to the point, man. So let's get it.
Success for my buddy, success for my friend. Success is the only thing I understand. Head back home to the place I grew up. Give my medals to the ones that I love. I'll chase Harvey through the door in the wall. He says never catch me, never miss me at all. Rule comes down from the corner of his mouth. I say I love you, Harvey, you cut it out. I love winning, baby, I want it all. I wanna prove that I got the ball. Harvey keeps on playing with his food. He doesn't understand what big boys do. He wakes up in the middle of the night. I run in and turn on the light. Run my hands through his short black hair. I love you, Harvey, I don't care.
All right, Harvey bringing it here, man. The most lyrics we've had up to this point, and again, kind of the most subdued, I think, instrumentally up to this point in the record. Again, giving off that very relaxing, chilled vibe here. Just from first listen, I'm wanting to say Harvey is a dog. I'll chase Harvey through the door in the wall. He says, never catch me, never miss me at all. Drool comes down from the corner of his mouth. I say, I love you, Harvey, you cut it out. That, I don't know, that just kind of conjured up, obviously man's best friend, a dog right there. But I do like how it is a bit open to interpretation as well, as Alex G's noting how success is driving him. He says, head back home to the place I grew up, give my medals to the ones that I love. So that's a bit interesting as well. He's so focused on success, and yet he's giving away the prizes for the success, if you will. He knows, I want to prove that I got the balls, and then he then says, Harvey keeps on playing with his food. He doesn't understand what big boys do. And then he finishes saying, I love you, Harvey, I don't care. Yet again, a very just succinct track that shows that at the end of the day, man, you don't need to have a 4 or 5 minute tune to make an impact and stir the emotions there. So I enjoyed that one too, man. We're 3 for 3, and now we're gonna go up to Rejoice, a one that don't really have anything on. Again, pretty short, sweet, to the point. So let's get to it. Interesting, man. We just went right away, starting with the lyrics right there, man. Just thrusting us square into the track. Gonna fake us out here as we got about 40 seconds of the tune left. Getting some glitchy sound effects running through. All right, all right. All right, Rejoice, Alex G bringing it in. I'm wondering here, as I'm looking at the personnel credits list, there's Emily Yasina, hopefully I'm pronouncing her last name right, is on the vocals on some of these tracks, and I only mentioned that because it sounded like a female voice here on the vocals, just starting that right away. Gotta admit, wasn't a fan of that vocal delivery, the way that the voice was treated, but musically we had some interesting things there, yet again with just that repeating guitar lead that just screams Alex G, the tone that was set at, and then a bit of a fade out before we go into what I just described as like a glitchy, kind of sound effects towards the end. That was a bit interesting, but as a whole here, man, not one that I'd be rushing to revisit. But let's see what we got with the Black Hair coming up here next. Going back to a little longer tune of about 2:44 here. Shane says classic. He likes the quote, "It's not what you are, it's just what you did." Love that line. Ooh, I'm liking that line too. So let's see what Alex G's got in store for us. Gotta get hydrated, folks.
Black hair, it's swimming in my head. Black hair, it's bigger than death. Black hair, don't leave me in the dirt. Black hair, I'll show you what I'm It's not what you are, it's just what you did. Don't hang up the phone, I love you to death. Eternal return, eternal return, eternal return, eternal return.
Again, getting a bit of a spacey type of vibe with this guitar here, man.
swimming in my head. Black hair, it's bigger than death. Black hair, it's melting in the sun. Black hair, just look at what you've
All right, Black Hair, bringing it, man. Enjoyed this one. Obviously, the repetition at the start of every line with Black Hair, gets a bit of a catchiness to it, and Alex G in that kind of down and out voice that we all know and love of his, man. Yet again, I'm not sure on first listen what I think this whole Black Hair thing is. He says it's swimming in my head. It's bigger than death. Don't leave me in the dirt. I'll show you what I'm worth. And then we get to one of Shane's favorite lines, and mine too, just not on the song, but up to the album in this point. It's not what you are, it's just what you did. Don't hang up the phone. I love you to death. And we get the refrain, eternal return, eternal return. So again, kind of death, and just what with that line, eternal return, that just makes me think, either reincarnation or this all, we last forever as souls, whatever you want to kind of interpret that as. And then he finishes with that first chorus, or first verse rather, at the very end as well. So I don't know, is there some depression lingering here? Whatever the case may be, this is one I will be revisiting, because I really did enjoy that guitar tone as well, a bit of a spacey vibe to my ears at least, man. And now we're gonna cue up Skipper. Only a minute 25. Let's get it. A long guitar fade in right here. Love that backing vocal too, gorgeous. All right, y'all. Skipper, short, sweet, to the point, man. Long guitar intro was there that kind of set that hazy atmosphere that Alex G loves to do, man. Had a high vocal delivery, kind of reminded me of one of the first Alex G songs that I ever heard. Also brought to me by Shane here, the song "Mary" off of the Trick album, which I really that's still to this day one of my favorite Alex G tunes, man. And this here, I think some drug lines is what I'm interpreting it as. Dave, are you a skipper? Are you a tripper? Do you need a bag? And he just repeats that and asks at the end, do you eat the rind? Maybe some mushrooms, coming forth there, psychedelics, who knows? Yet again, I think you could probably read a lot of different interpretations into this track if you wanted to. I dug it, man, for what it was. And now we're going to Axe Steel, which has an interesting backstory, man. Shane noted Alex G had a dream. They came out looking like the band Whitesnake and started playing this song, which if you know what Whitesnake looks like, them and Alex G, they don't have, I don't think, a lot of similarities. He woke up and made it. I love that guitar at the end. It feels like Alex G's signature sound. So let's cue this one out. Like that. Almost like the guitar's trying to rev up, work itself up. All right, Axe Steel bringing the heat right here, man. I enjoyed the dual guitar on this. We had that harsh intro where it almost felt like the guitar was trying to rev itself up, if you will, and then going into the lyrics, just a bit abstract. This is the reason I play for you, and then this is my pickaxe. I mean, pretty self-explanatory with the guitar. He's playing for you. Is he talking to us as the fans, as the listener? Is he talking to somebody else in his mind when he was jotting these lyrics down? Who knows, man? But and then at the end, you get that very clean guitar tone mixed with the harsher tone that we were used to by the other guitar lead, and they were able to blend together in a very beautiful way. You wouldn't think hearing those two lead guitars like separate together they would mix well on top of each other, but I think they did quite a nice and unique sound at the end there, man. So Axe Steel bringing the heat, man. I dug this. I'm really enjoying the guitar work, especially throughout this record up to this point, as we're about halfway home, y'all, already. We're going up now to Sorry. So let's see what Alex G's got in store.
I'll get my cure, wait in the car. I won't remember who you are. I won't remember who you are. I'll get my cure, wait in the car. I won't remember who you are.
Almost sounds underneath got like a upbeat soft keys organ coming in here. I dig it.
And feel the same. Could you forgive me for that pain? Could you forgive me for that pain? I look at you and feel the same. Could you forgive me for that? Pariah kid lost in a game. Can you forgive me for that pain? Can you forgive me for that pain?
One of my favorites, for sure.
Lost in a game. Can you forgive me for that?
right. Sorry, bringing it, man. Maybe my favorite tune up to this point. I just loved yet again just the sadness that's in the lyrics and the way that Alex G is able to convey that sadness through his vocal delivery. Man, is I think one of his strong points. And yet again, strong guitar work. Almost felt like an organ underneath there that was maybe manipulated a bit, almost like a bit of a peppy or happy sounding organ, which again I think added to that hazy nature that is just throughout all of Alex G's work, but on this DSU record in particular. We get the lines, "I'll get my cure, wait in the car, I won't remember who you are. I look at you and feel the same. Could you forgive me for that pain? Pariah kid lost in a game. Can you forgive me for that pain?" So I feel he's done something that he obviously regrets. What is this cure? Is it is it drugs? Possibly, man. It could be that. It could be something else that gives him that temporary relief whenever you're in the midst of your struggles. And in real life, you look for anything to take the edge off. So all in all, man, yet another really strong song from Alex G here, man. And now we're going to go to the track Promise, one of the longer ones on here at 3.5 minutes. Shane says it is his favorite Alex G song instrumentally of all time. The outro with the high note key sounds so good to me. Well, with that build up, Shane, I'm looking forward to this one. Almost like a funk-infused guitar lead, man. That's tight. So infectious. I've never heard anything like this song instrumentally, man. Feels like it's from another dimension, man. Wow, what an otherworldly track we got here. Promise, man. I never really heard anything like this tune, man. Yet again, the way that Alex G's able to manipulate the sound to just bring that almost fever dream haziness, almost psychedelic feel, all in one, man. It's tough to really like put into words, but you know it when you hear it, man. And love the almost funky type of riff that we had throughout the whole track, mixed with those high keys as well that Shane so aptly noted, man. Here lyrically as well, yet again, getting maybe some drug vibes, man, with snuck her in through the back. What's your name? Where's the cash? Well, that's that. He mentions that he broke his promise. Yet again, who knows? I know a lot of people like to read drugs into every single song, but just knowing some of Alex's other work, I think it could fit the bill. But yeah, instrumentally, man, this song was just a highlight, probably the MVP and my favorite song so far on this record up to this point, man. Just loved it. That riff's gonna be stuck in my head now, but as well, it was great. And now we're going to a song that already has me intrigued by the name of it. We have Icehead. Shane notes that at first he thought this meant meth head, but after reading the lyrics, I think it's about getting a brain freeze. Two very different things here. Let's see what we think of this one. Again, feels like a late night tune. We've had one too many and you're in your feels. Really digging the arrangement on this one. Right, Icehead bringing it, man. Another enjoyable tune. Won't end up amongst my favorites, but I just love the instrumental. That was the highlight for me on this song, man. Especially at the end there. That was something really unique and different than anything on the rest of the record. Here, just like on the track Rejoice, vocals didn't quite work or resonate for me on this first listen right here. I don't know. It's just something, again, it felt like that we had that female voice in there mixing with Alex, and for some reason, man, it's just it's just not meshing too well with me. But that said, I did love the yet again the instrumentation on there. As I mentioned, as the song was going on, it kind of felt like a late night tune when you're in your feelings, if you will. Or is that just me? But lyrically, man, I don't know. It's a bit ambiguous. Yet again, has some abstract stuff to it. Bird got caught in a wire. Then later it says, bad man can't grow a hole. Then girl pecks hole for life. Boy lives mouth off a wire. So you kind of got some of these lines that intermingle with each other and kind of some subject matter. Ice went straight to my head. I said blood went straight to my head. F too fast, made it back. I said drift, don't jump on the bed. So yet again, not 100% sure lyrically what we're going with here. Maybe kind of living too fast type of deal, taking risk. Who knows? But instrumentally, man, that was enjoyable. And now we're gonna go up to the track "Hollow" right here, which Shane notes again. You can hear the big time Elliott Smith influence here. I like the line, "Flush the fish, it can't be helped. I know him, I know how much he wants to stay." I feel like a lot of people's first experience of death could be from their pet fish. Might be a stretch, but that's kind of what I get out of it. Now that you mentioned that, Shane, my first experience with death was with my pet fish when I was probably like 6 years old or something like that, 5 years old. So now that you have put that idea into our minds, let's check out "Hollow." Longest song on the record, a little bit over 4 minutes. We're about to drop some heavy guitar. I could be wrong. Yet again, enjoying how mixing that acoustic guitar with the one that's getting all distorted and reverb heavy and on this other headphone here. Wow, heavy tune right there, Hollow. Yet again, instrumentally, I enjoyed, and we've had this a couple instances on this record where we have that acoustic guitar in one headphone, and then the like reverb, distorted guitar in another. I thought he did a great job building that up as the song went along here. Yet again, getting into that emptiness, that sadness that a lot of Alex G's music touches on. Don't take a trip, don't let me down. I know I'm hollow. I mean, you're starting a song off with those lyrics that you're in for maybe a bit of an intense time right here. I just feel that longing in there for him to have that connection. He then of course goes, "Don't talk too much, you'll hurt yourself. I know I'm hollow." We get the fish lines in there, and all this is of course intermingled with that guitar to kind of really set the mood of the song, man. Great track, man. Yet again, love the production value on this as well. I don't have any complaints, man. That'll be in the running for my favorite track as we get going. And now we're going to an instrumental here. 42 seconds. We got Tripper, which Shane notes. I feel Alex does a good job putting in these instrumentals to break up the heavier tracks. And then we'll just segue that right into Boy, which is one of Shane's favorites. And he says he loves the combo between him and his girl. So we'll get a little 1-2 punch going and then move on to our final two tracks. Little piano action. Dun, dun, dun. Bit more uplifting. I like this, man. This was different, man. I was expecting obviously guitar heavy instrumental, but I think the keys work well.
Stray dog is walking down the street next to another dog very eating mud and starting to smell me. Two babies, dangerous and free. When I got home, I told my baby the story. She said to me, "I think you're funny. You saw what you wanted to see." And I said, "I am not the boy you knew. I am not the boy you knew. I am not the boy you knew. I am not the boy." Feel like a million eyes on me. Feel like a cannonball I see. A tree it loses all its leaves, and you are dead to me. You watch someone you know grow into static company. Now you see. Do you wish you were? I am not the boy you knew.
Love this refrain.
I am not the boy you
It says so much in so little. So few words.
I am not the boy.
About 30 seconds left, man. Returning back to that piano. All right, Tripper and Boy, the 1-2 punch, and I'm glad I played them both together because Tripper, man, I was expecting, I see instrumental, you see Alex G, you obviously expect heavy guitar work to be in there, but it was actually a bit of an uplifting piano jam for Skipper, and then that took us into Boy, where the piano was still kept there prominent a little bit, and Alex G talking about coming home, he sees these two dogs going, with each other. He calls them dangerous and free. They're up there sniffing him, all that good stuff. He goes home. He tells his girl the story, and she said to me, "I think you're funny. You saw what you wanted to see." And I said, "I am not the boy you knew." That phrase, just 2, 4, 6, 7 words, it says so much and so little. I think that he's telling her, man, I'm not the boy I'm not that, maybe immature might not be the right word, but, she's telling, oh, you're funny, this or that. I think he wants to maybe be taken a little bit more seriously. I don't know. I could be reading too much into that, but that's what I'm getting from this first listen on this here. And he knows some anxiety coming forth, feel like a million eyes on me, feel like a cannonball I see. And he has some nice metaphors in there. You watch someone you know grow into static company, and now you see, do you wish you were? And then, finish with the I'm not the boy you knew. And then kind of fades out before we get another 30-second piano instrumental there. And I know that song kind of ended the record from my understanding when it first came out. But then later on, we got the bonus tracks, if you will. We got Soaker coming up next. Only 1:40 here. Shane notes the production is so bad on this thing that it sounds good. Let's get to it.
All I wanna do is get a little bit closer to you, but you're like glue. I'm like water, and you're like glue, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do.
Very lo-fi production there, man.
And all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you. All I wanna do is get a little bit closer to you, but you're like glue. I'm like water, and you're like glue. I'm like water, and you're like glue, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you, and all I ever do is soak through you.
All right, the very lo-fi Soaker track, bringing it here, man. It felt like something that Alex might have recorded on a home 4-track recorder type of deal there, man. Very raw sounding, and I'm with Shane, man. It kind of adds a bit of a charm to it because we really haven't heard a song in this vein on this record up to this point. Again, great use of metaphor here. I'm like water and you're like glue, or I guess that's a simile. My English teacher mother would be disappointed in me. And all I ever do is soak through you. Just that imagery there of being disconnected from a person that maybe you kind of want to be connected with. He even says, all I want to do is get a little bit closer to you. So this man in the friend zone, pour one out for him if he is, man. All that to say, man, I thought this was a unique track, and I dug it for what it was, and now we're going to finish this off with an instrumental here. We got Waiting for You, Shane Notes. Great way to end the record. So impressive how talented they are multi-instrumentally. And then we'll get to my favorite tracks and overall score of this record. So let's get it. Piano and horns action. Horns for the first time, I believe, on this record. Enjoying the variety of instruments we're having on this concluding track. Way to end this record, in my opinion. Waiting for You, almost a bit of a jazzy feel at points, just with the piano and the horn section that we had in here. Loved the variety of instruments we got, and just felt like a very calming and just almost like you're coming down for a nice sleep here for this record, with all the sad vibes, I guess, if you will, and hectic guitar leads that we've had throughout all this record, man. To end it on something totally different like this, one of my favorite, I think, Alex G instrumentals that I've heard in his catalog up to this point, and really just really enjoyed that one, and not something you would expect either from just the other songs we had on there. Our other instrumental was only 40 seconds. This one 3.5 minutes. I think the third longest song on this entire record, man. So it took some guts, I think, for Alex G to put that as the concluding track here. So all in all, man, it dug that one, and that'll take me now to my favorites. But before I give mine, I will give my dude Shane O'Max here. He has After You're Gone, Serpent is Lord, Harvey, Promise, Sorry, Axe, Steel, and Boy, and we're on the same wavelength on a lot of those, Shane. I'm going to go in the order that they came in appearance. I have After You're Gone. I have Harvey. Really dug that one. I thought it made the most use of its 1.5-minute time. I think Sorry was just excellent, as was Promise. And then I have a Boy and Waiting for You rounding out my favorites, and going to my overall score of this record. Man, this was a very good listen for me, man. What I like about Alex G's music is he stands out as different to me. There's not a lot of artists I point to being that sound similar to him. In the past, of course, he takes some, I think, influence vocally from Elliott Smith, but a lot of Elliott's work is, a bit more acoustic based, or, later in his career was a bit more heavy on the production value of different things, but vocally I can see the similarity. But on this, man, I think you get that hazy, druggy, dreamlike feel throughout the record, and obviously the guitar is going to be the highlight. Lyrics that border on the sad or depressive, if you will, but they're authentic, man, and that's what I like from my songwriters. Show me who you actually are. Show me that authenticity, and Alex G never shies away from that, or the different subject matter. So all in all, man, for me, after first listen, I thought it was a really good record. I'm going to 7.5. I got it just below Trick for me. Trick, I think, is still my favorite Alex G record. I'd have this on par with Rules. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to listen to both more to see which one's gonna kind of eke out above the other. All that to say, man, the Alex G, man, 3 for 3 on this channel for me. 3 really solid records right there. And thank you again to Shane for allowing me to kind of listen to and dissect one of your favorites of all time, I know. And, shout out to introducing me to Alex G about, I don't even know, probably a year plus ago, man. So let me know, y'all, your favorite tracks. What are your thoughts on this record? Is it your favorite Alex G record like Shane, or do you got it in maybe a different order? All that to say, man, really enjoyed this. If you'd like to be a patron and have me react to a song or support the channel in any way, you can check out our Patreon page, which is linked below, and will also be at the end screen along with another video you might enjoy. But until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and I will see you.